Hello and welcome to episode 42 of What If Civilization Started Over. Let's get into it. So you may be wondering, if you didn't watch the last episode, this map may look very different. Yeah, it's because the entire world kind of got divided, except you, Antarctica. We're not gonna talk about you, but just decided to divide up the entire world. Many treaties were made in North America, one big one in South America, and also one scramble for Africa, and one final treaty in Oceania. Yeah. Oh, and also this thing. So today, that was a. Let's just start with that. With what we do daily. The Korea Japanese update. In Japan, the central part of Japan, a very, very dark blue country is going to break away from Japan. This country's goal is this is maybe funded by a certain country or two, maybe three. But this thing is pro-Chinese. This thing wants to align with China and potentially do what all the Europeans are doing. Yeah. And this thing is going to make ground on these countries up north. And this thing is going to surrender over because another thing is going to break away from this country up here. Yeah. This thing is going to break away. And this thing is going to break away. Lots of dark colors in Japan. Oh, and down here, a less dark red country breaks away on this island. And a bright green country breaks away up in north. That is today's update. Let's see what that looks like on the normal map. So this is what it looks like, and with capitals. Yeah, that looks a little bit weird, but now we're gonna go over here because the Koreans have better military tactics, and they're gonna push back the South Koreans. And the South Koreans, despite what just happened in Japan, are going to try and buy some stuff from them. They're going to try to buy some very valuable areas from the dark blue team. And they're going to make a deal, and also with the green team, that they're going to, and with these new countries, they're going to they are going to basically, be sold this land, because these two countries kind of want to, well, yeah, make a better economy. Maybe, yeah. They're unstable, so they decide to sell that land so the Koreans can figure out instability. Who knows if that's a good idea? Let's just see what that looks like on the normal map. And it'll look something like that. They buy that land. We remove this from the other layer. But who knows if that was a smart decision, because now the Koreans did get the money and they're coming back, but the North Koreans are destroying them. Yeah. The North Koreans, they tried to make a landing, and then, yeah, just not going very well. North Koreans push back. But then the money comes, and they actually pay these and get more troops, and, yeah, that's a pretty big front line. But oh, look at China, they take the capital. But just like every other country, something has to go wrong. Because many troops go down here in South Korea to take the capital of South Korea. I think that's the first time that's happened this war with South Korea. Capitals taken. Also, first time both the capitals have been taken. But quickly, the North Koreans are gonna push out of their capital, and the South Koreans are gonna be pushed back into their capital. Yeah, like that. And the Chinese are also going to push and take all of this territory. And that's today's update. Let's see what this looks like on a normal map. And yeah, this is what it's gonna look like. Yeah, this Korean War thing's been going on for a while. Um, let's not worry about that because we're doing top 10 rankings now. So, we haven't done top 10s in a while, but now I guess we're gonna do them. So we're gonna we'll do top 15. Let's just do top 10. Number 1 is Yemen. How have they gone up so much? They've, especially since they've kind of have like a quarter of Africa or something, probably more, and yeah, they've gone up a lot recently. They've been doing this because this is really popular with the people. Yeah. So, yeah, they're the strongest country in the world, and I don't think anybody will want to fight against them. Number 2, number 2, I would say the second strongest country in the world is not sure. This could go to South China, the Purple Team, the French even, possibly the Iberians. Yeah, Yemen is like a. Oh, and let's do like a sort of. There's a pretty big gap. But no. We'll say South China. Yeah, South China. The third strongest country in the world. So number 3. Number 3 is going to be the Italy slash the Purple Team. Number 4 is going to be France. Number 5 is going to be Iran. Number 6 is going to be Iberia. Number 7 will be Russia. Number 8 will be the yellow teams slash South France. Number 9 will be I forgot a pretty major player. After the yellow team, 9 strongest country in the world is Poland. And 10th strongest country in the world is who could it be? I'll say Bulgaria. Those are the top 10 rankings. Who knows, these may be kind of important. If you can't tell, a lot of these are colonial powers. But we'll just leave that there. Actually, we'll keep it there for this episode. Now we're going to the alliance layer because I've got to update a few alliances because I've got to update the shapes to put them all around the world. I'm not sure. Yeah, Yemen is gonna get a couple more countries to join their alliance. These countries are going to include the dark gray Indian country, the if I can get a brighter color, less bright color that's actually seeable, the yellow Indonesian country, the Papua New Guinea country thing. Yeah. Also, if I can zoom in, the Philippines. So, Yemen is making a pretty big influence over, the entire Indian Ocean. Their alliance, pretty much every country that has border on the Indian Ocean is in this alliance. Except you, Mr. Yuan. Well, you're kind of blockaded, so who knows how long you'll last. Actually, we'll add the extra shapes. Let me just add the shapes for the alliances around the world for the colonial blood. And, these alliances are big. But, the only country in the world that really isn't in an alliance, that is the biggest colonial country in the world that isn't in alliance is probably the Irish. So, we're gonna change that. The Irish are gonna join an alliance, They have a few options. They could technically join any colonial alliance. They could join Yemen's alliance if they wanted to, but I don't think they would. So they're not joining the Light Triangle alliance. They won't join the Lightning Bolts because they may be secretly against Poland, which is the Lightning Bolt alliance, and Africa multiple times, twice. The yellow team has had claims over their territory, and they claim it's stolen, so they're not going on the Lightning Alliance. Same thing with the Circle Alliance. But there is one place that they might be able to join reasonably. The Irish are going to join the Triangle Alliance. The Triangle Alliance, yeah. And obviously we had the other shapes to, represent the other colonies. And if you really can't tell, I'm pretty sure you can. A lot of the world is in alliances. A lot. Pretty much all of Oceania, all of Africa, all of South America, all of North America, except you two. Pretty much all of Europe. No, not all of it. Only really the British Isles and the Nordics aren't in it. Asia, that's already has its own separate mini Cold War thing going on there. This thing is a mess. And yeah. Who knows? Maybe another World War Zero might come. I'm just saying. Yeah, just saying. But now Poland is going to go on a conquest. And I think we should maybe, I don't know. Poland is going to attack a country that they've once had territory from with the Orange Team. The Germans, they had territory and so did they. Then both those territories broke away from Poland and the Germans to make what is the modern version of this. And if you know your Exo history, you know that this is the Swedish country. The Swedish country has been around since it's formed. It hasn't really had many major conflicts, no civil wars except for that thing up there. But it's getting invaded by Poland. Poland is going to invade, I think this is Gotland or Gotland? I don't know how to say that island. But from there, they are going to invade through the old territories that they once had. And let me find the episode they had these. They kind of had these territories in episode 4. And then the Germans took them in episode 5, and then they broke away from the Germans. So yeah, they still feel like it's their territory. They haven't had that territory for 35 episodes. 36 actually. 37? Wait, is it? Yeah, about 38 episodes. Oh yeah, 37. Including this episode 38. So, they feel like it's still theirs, even though that was from like thousands of years ago. Like thousands. They're still invading. And they also do this to potentially get a bigger influence throughout the Baltic Sea. But over here in the Danish area, the Swedes would not allow, Poland to, do stuff. They would not allow Poland to just take over Denmark and basically half their economy is based on that, on the Baltic. Pretty much Russia. By the way, Russia, this is not allowed to go through here because the Circle Alliance doesn't allow them. So Russia's only real naval access, besides that, I don't even think that is possible to go through, is through here. And a lot of economy of Russia is through here. And obviously, they have this giant alliance to basically parent. So, the Swedish, basically, they do not, the Swedes don't want Poland getting Denmark. So a lot of the armies are focused, and they eventually make a huge defensive front against Denmark. They have a bunch of armies on this side, but, when we get to over here, yeah, they're kind of going through here, these armies. But, doesn't the Lightning Alliance exist? And isn't one of the members of the Lightning Alliance a colonial power? So the green team, the gold team, and the yellow team are all gonna declare war on Sweden. Yeah. And Polish make through here, and the troops will just destroy the Swedish. They still try to hold a defensive in Denmark, but they do eventually, they have already made it down here, but they still don't have the main section where the economy is. The actual passage that's being passed through is right here. And this is kind of crippling Russian economy, so Russia is kind of skeptical. They know Poland's gonna win eventually. They know a world war would start if they declared war on Poland to help the Swedes, but the Russians are just watching. Some may be sending troops and supplies too, because Russia kind of knows that Poland, will kind of not destroy the Russian economy if they get these areas, but it's just not much use. As the Polish make naval landings and take over the passage, they take over Denmark. And then Sweden is gonna start falling because half of their economy was based on that one passage. Yeah, this country kind of relied on this. So without it, they're screwed. So they would take over these areas. But then something else is going to happen. A grayish country is going to break away from Sweden in Poland. They may be funded by somebody, who knows? But then, the capital of Sweden is taken, and then, this thing will kind of, collapse. So another green country pops up, and this one is being funded by the Triangle Alliance. Yeah. So, they both and all eventually meet up in the middle, and they will eventually, do stuff, and then peace treaty is going to be made. Let's see what that peace treaty looks like. And this is what the peace treaty is going to look like. The great country gets this. Poland, if I get the color, will get this, and pretty much everything they really wanted. And the green country will get this. So Sweden is allowed to exist. And these countries will be joining the alliances they were funded by. So the gray one is going to join the Square Alliance, and the other one thingy, the green one is going to join the Triangle Alliance. And Sweden, they are going to go on a neutral stage. They are going on a lockdown sort of stage. They're gonna close off all of their borders, and so they basically become Switzerland in real life, just not located in Switzerland. I don't think Sweden has ever had a connection with Switzerland. Maybe they may have a connection of not being invaded during World War II. That's probably the one of the, I don't know. But, yeah, I feel like there's something wrong with this. I feel like a lot of stuff has been going, on. What's going on up here in Scandinavia? So, the pink country here, afraid for its life, is going to join the Square Alliance. Yeah. And that is going to do it for today's video. I may have talked a while. Can I erase these trade route stuff now? I can erase these power rankings. Those may be important in the future, but who knows? Sorry for, this episode was kind of long, but there was only one major war. There's only one war at all in this episode. Try to have more fighting next episode. But I do hope you enjoyed today's episode. See you in the next episode, episode 43, and bye.